a tearful farewell that no fan was truly ready for. The moment has come. Cha Eun-woo of Astro is set to begin his mandatory military service tomorrow. But what truly shook the internet was the emotional final encounter between him and his closest friend, BTS's Jungkook. Their last embrace, filled with unspeakable emotion, sent waves of heartbreak across social media and left fans in silence. In footage that spread like wildfire online, Jungkook appeared quietly by Eun-woo's side, dressed in a dark hoodie and mask, clearly trying to hide his emotional expression. Eun-woo, sporting a neat military haircut, attempted to keep his composure but couldn't hide the glassy sheen in his eyes. As the two stood face to face and wrapped their arms around each other, time seemed to stop. The air grew heavy, the staff went still, and fans who witnessed it from afar were visibly moved. Army and Aroha, fandoms of BTS and Astro, flooded platforms like X and Instagram with emotional messages, tributes, and hashtags such as Eun-woo Wamel, Goodbye Cheon-woo, and Stay Strong Jungkook. Many noted how real, pure, and precious the bond between the two idols felt. They're more than friends, they're like brothers, one fan wrote. Jungkook, known for his reserved and composed image, rarely shows vulnerability in public, but during this moment he didn't hold back. His body trembled slightly during the hug, and those nearby reported they heard him whisper a soft goodbye that could barely be caught on camera. It was a rare glimpse of raw emotion from the global superstar, an image that fans will never forget. Insiders later revealed that Jungkook made a conscious decision to clear his schedule to personally see Eun-woo off, turning down other commitments. He made time just to be with his dear friend one last time before enlistment. According to close sources, Eun-woo quietly told him during their embrace, "Take care of yourself. I'll be back stronger. Don't cry, kook." That phrase, "don't cry, kook," has now become a trending topic across fan pages. It was more than a farewell, it was a promise of return, of enduring friendship, of unwavering support despite distance and duty. This military enlistment hits differently for fans, not only because another idol is temporarily stepping away from the limelight, but because the humanity behind the cameras was so deeply felt. Their friendship, built over years of quiet moments, mutual respect, and support during both highs and lows, shines through brighter than ever. Tomorrow, Eun-woo will officially begin his 18-month military training. Jungkook, who continues to pursue his solo projects, will now face a temporary chapter without one of his closest friends by his side. The silence left behind by Eun-woo's absence is something even global fame cannot fill. Still, fans remain hopeful. They envision the day Eun-woo returns, a stronger, even more grounded version of himself. As the hours count down to Cha Eun-woo's enlistment, fans can't help but replay that final embrace again and again. It wasn't just a goodbye. It was a deeply human moment that shattered the glamour often surrounding K-pop idols. Jungkook, despite his worldwide fame, appeared vulnerable, exposed, and emotionally fragile. He didn't smile for the cameras. He didn't pose. He simply stood beside his friend, silent, sincere, and clearly heartbroken. Witnesses described how Jungkook waited until most media had stepped back before approaching. Eun-woo. The two stood close, speaking in hushed voices that only they could hear. No flashy words, no staged drama, just the raw, unfiltered connection of two young men forced to part ways. Because of duty, one staying behind, the other stepping into a chapter of unknowns. Social media continues to swell with fan-made tributes, emotional threads, and video edits capturing their journey. From their earliest public moments together, laughter at award shows, backstage camaraderie, to this heart-rending goodbye. The clip of Jungkook, briefly wiping his eyes after Eun-woo walked away now, stands as a symbol of their brotherhood, with many calling it one of the most emotional idol farewells in recent memory. And yet, amid the sorrow, there's also deep pride. Fans acknowledge that Eun-woo's decision to serve reflects his sense of responsibility, and they applaud Jungkook's quiet strength in supporting that choice wholeheartedly. Their friendship, many say, has redefined what it means to be truly supportive in an industry that so often pushes personal bonds to the background. One fan tweet that's gone viral reads, "They don't need to say it. We saw it in their hug. That wasn't just a farewell. That was a promise of return. Jungkook will wait. We all will." Back in the city, reports confirmed that Jungkook didn't return to any event or recording afterward. Instead, he quietly left the location, head down, hands in his pockets, heading straight into the black van that had been waiting for him. No entourage, no security rush, just a boy, no, a friend, left to carry the weight of goodbye in silence. Analysts believe this moment may impact Jungkook emotionally over the coming weeks. He has always been one to channel real-life emotions into his art, and this farewell could inspire future lyrics or performances. Some fans even speculate whether his recent behavior, quieter live streams, softer interviews, may have been signs of his internal preparation for this goodbye. As the sun sets on this emotional chapter, one thing is certain: no distance, no time, not even the demands of duty can break the bond between Jungkook and Cha Eun-woo. Their story has reminded millions that behind the fame, the awards and the stages are real hearts, real friendships, and real goodbyes. Tomorrow, Eun-woo will begin his military service. But today belongs to the friendship that made the world pause, the hug that broke millions of hearts. The next morning, silence seemed to wrap itself around the city like a heavy fog. The sun rose as usual, but for Jungkook, everything felt different. According to those close to him, he spent the early hours alone. No schedules, no staff, no distractions. Just him, a cup of black coffee, and the echoes of last night's goodbye still ringing in his chest. Fans who noticed his recent absence from social media grew concerned but also deeply understanding. After all, this wasn't just a fellow idol heading off to serve. This was Cha Eun-woo, someone Jungkook called a brother in everything but blood. Their bond had always been unique, transcending agency boundaries, group labels, and industry noise. Now, with Eun-woo officially enlisted, a chapter had quietly closed. Jungkook was spotted by a few fans later in the afternoon at a quiet cafe in Seoul, seated near the window with his cap pulled low. He wasn't smiling. He wasn't singing along to music. He was simply looking out at the street, lost in thought. Alone but not lonely, heavy but still standing. Behind the scenes, sources revealed that Jungkook had written a personal letter to Eun-woo the night before enlistment. It wasn't for the public. It wasn't posted online. It was a letter he handed to Eun-woo during their final hug. Subtly, discreetly, tucked into the palm of his hand. Fans, only now noticing the moment in slow-motion videos, are speculating what the letter might have said. Some believe it was filled with words Jungkook couldn't bring himself to say aloud. Words like, "Thank you for always being there when the lights went off. Don't worry about me. I'll be cheering for you every day. I'll wait for your return. Our story doesn't end here." The letter, if ever revealed, could become one of the most emotional mementos in K-pop history. But even if it stays private, its presence alone is enough to shake the hearts of fans who continue to trend supportive messages globally. Hashtags like "Darsh come back safe Eun-woo" and "Jungkook stay strong" are now featured across Twitter, TikTok, and Weverse. Even Korean news outlets began to cover the story from a deeper, more human angle. Headlines didn't focus on fame or fashion this time. They focused on emotion, on sincerity, on the rare and beautiful rawness shown between two global stars who, for a brief moment, put their careers aside to just be friends. At HYBE headquarters, Jungkook's team declined to make any official statement. The silence, they say, is his way of grieving, reflecting, and honoring the friendship without turning it into a spectacle. But the world hasn't been quiet. Fans from all continents have organized virtual countdowns to Eun-woo's return. Some are sending handwritten letters to military bases. Others are creating digital fan books filled with photos of Eun-woo and Jungkook, highlighting their years of friendship, their laughter, their shared glances, and now this unforgettable goodbye.